When should I see a doctor if I'm experiencing heavy implantation bleeding?
Hey there! Welcome to today's video, where we'll be discussing an important question. When should I see a doctor if I'm experiencing heavy implantation bleeding? If you've been trying to conceive or suspect that you might be pregnant, it's natural to have questions and concerns about any unusual bleeding you may be experiencing. In this video, we'll explore the topic of heavy implantation bleeding and when it's recommended to seek medical advice. So, let's get started.
What is implantation bleeding?
Before we dive into the topic of heavy implantation bleeding, let's first understand what implantation bleeding actually is. Implantation bleeding is a phenomenon that occurs when a fertilized egg attaches itself to the uterine lining, which typically happens around 6 to 12 days after conception. This light spotting or discharge is usually lighter and shorter in duration than a regular menstrual period.
Is heavy implantation bleeding normal?
While implantation bleeding is generally characterized by light spotting, it's important to note that every woman's experience can be different. In some cases, heavier implantation bleeding can occur, which may lead to concerns and uncertainty about its significance. It's crucial to distinguish between implantation bleeding and other causes of heavy vaginal bleeding to ensure appropriate medical attention if needed.
When to see a doctor?
Now, let's address the main question. When should I see a doctor if I'm experiencing heavy implantation bleeding? If you're experiencing heavy bleeding that is more akin to a regular menstrual period, it's advisable to consult a healthcare professional. While heavy implantation bleeding is uncommon, it can sometimes be a sign of an underlying issue that requires medical evaluation.
Other symptoms to watch out for.
Apart from heavy bleeding, there are several other symptoms that may warrant a visit to the doctor. If you experience severe pain, intense cramping, or passing of large blood clots, it's crucial to seek medical attention promptly. These symptoms could indicate a potential complication or a condition unrelated to implantation bleeding.
Consulting a healthcare professional.
When you decide to consult a healthcare professional regarding heavy implantation bleeding, they will be able to evaluate your specific situation and provide appropriate guidance. They may perform a physical examination, ask about your medical history, and possibly order additional tests or procedures to determine the cause of the bleeding. Remember, seeking professional medical advice is always a wise decision when you have concerns about your health. That brings us to the end of this video discussing when to see a doctor if you're experiencing heavy implantation bleeding. Remember, while implantation bleeding is generally light and short-lived, heavy bleeding should prompt you to seek medical attention, especially if it resembles a regular menstrual period. Pay attention to other accompanying symptoms like severe pain or passing of large blood clots, as they might indicate a more serious underlying issue. If you're unsure or concerned, don't hesitate to reach out to a healthcare professional who can provide the necessary guidance. Take care of yourself, and remember that knowledge and timely medical care are crucial during your pregnancy journey. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.